Thank you, my brother. Hey, big birthday coming up. America's going to celebrate her 250th birthday, and we're going to celebrate with her. A trip out east. We're going to go to Washington, D.C., that beautiful resort in the Blue Ridge Mountains of West Virginia, Greenbrier, and the place where it really all began, Colonial, Williamsburg.
If not from Virginia, where from? Pennsylvania, land of religious anarchy, welcome. The Ohio Territories, welcome. From terra incognita, welcome to civilization. How do you get a body of men to vote for something because it's the right thing to do? I don't know, maybe your politicians do it all the time. Things are just as nasty in the 18th century as they are in the 21st. There are newspapers that call John Adams pretty awful things. And there were terrible things thrown in Jefferson's corner.
Who would I support in the president? I'm not sure what you mean by presidential race, sir. Do you mean the election?
Yes, sir.
Race. Can you imagine how lacking of any sort of virtue or dignity a race would have? We stand for elections, sir. We certainly don't run for it. And that is that my name shall not be amongst the number from whom your choice shall be made. Very often when I'm talking to people at the end, somebody in that group will say, I wish President Washington was running today. There's no way a man like President Washington could be president today. He's not friendly, he's not outgoing, he doesn't like to talk in public, and he doesn't want the job. And how are you going to become president today if you don't want the job?
And as you just said, Shannon, he had wooden teeth.
Would not be screen friendly.
That's right. And again, those are actors. We saw Thomas Jefferson, George Washington. You've actually paid a visit. I'm
Very
envious
short
of you.
visit, quick visit, but
And
yes.
so you actually walk into the homes and you were greeted by perhaps the ancestors of, or at least people playing the role of, people who used to live there.
Yeah, it's a lot of role playing, but you're learning so much of the history.
Yes.
That's what I loved about it.
Gardens?
And I love the gardens. They have the gardens set up the way that they believe that they would have been planted back in those days, because a lot of the plants they relied on for dyeing
Medicines.
clothing
Yes.
and medicine,
Yes,
exactly,
yes,
as well
yes.
as food.
All right, so you just hush, okay? Because you talked about the Greenbrier and all that.
There's a Busch Gardens there.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, just let me throw that out.
In Williamsburg?
Yeah.
You know, so you guys, my goodness.
Well, we can volunteer to go on the tour.
No, you've already been there. You've already been there. But if you want to join me on our trip, and this is actually going to be next year, folks, but we're getting ready for it now. We have the KTBS Travel Club. There it is. It's very easy to join. Doesn't cost a dime. KTBSTravelClub.com. Just go to our website and just sign up. There's going to be a number of trips. I'm taking the trip that includes Colonial, Williamsburg, Greenbrier, that beautiful resort in the Blue Ridge Mountains of West Virginia. My goodness, I'm really excited about that. We actually fly into D.C., so we'll go spend a few days in D.C., then Williamsburg, and then the Greenbrier. So it's going to be a real neat opportunity for us to really celebrate with the country our 250th birthday. And you can go with me, KTBSTravelClub.com.
So awesome. Wednesdays are now World Traveler Wednesdays.
Well, kind of, sort of.
With you, Rick.
We want people to join us because we're actually going to have our meet and greet where folks actually come to the TV station in about a month in mid-July. So like I said, Jan's going on a trip, I'm going on a trip, Patrick's going on a trip, You guys are not on the list yet, but maybe. Anyway, we're having more of these trips, and we want you to be a part of the club and take, instead of just one a year, let's do 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Because you only have so much time, and I have less than y'all, more than likely. So I want to see what I want to see while I can.
And I heard you're reaching out to George Washington's people now to see if he can be there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's big.
A little breakfast with George.
Yes, there you go. All right. Thank you, Rick.